Hey, random internet strangers, it's Random Forex Guy. Wanted to make a correction from yesterday's videos when I was talking about ChainLink. Apparently, I put up the wrong chart, so I wanted to show you that real quick today, what ChainLink is actually doing. I'm not sure what that was that I put up on the last video, but this is the actual daily chart of the ChainLink versus the United States dollar. As I've said, I listen to a lot of chatter during the week at my day job because it allows me to, but what it doesn't allow me to do is to go and do my own research and to verify things. And sometimes I make mistakes during the weekends. I just take in what I had heard from chatter from the week and make some decisions, but I didn't fully research ChainLink as much as I would have liked to. So I pulled up the chart here, and as you can see, we've had highs as high as 90 cents back in February 2000. It was what was that? February 2016, and there was a big run up here of a 50% markup from 20 cents to over 45 cents. So it's 100% actually, a little over 100%, and then it's dropped back down 50% down to around 30, and it looks like let's zoom in here a little bit. This would be called a retrace in price action, where it's showing some support. It's bottoming out. It moves in waves. We talked about impulse waves, Elliott waves, things like that. But the Elliott waves are more conducive to these commodities than they are in Forex. So what you got is an initial push and then a pullback, and then the next push when more people realize. It's basically people getting on board, then relaxing when the first onboarders get on, and then relaxing, and then word of mouth spreads around, and then the next wave, and it usually will go higher. Not always, but according to Elliott wave theory, it should go higher. It should never retrace below its previous low if we're going into a positive Elliott wave. They move in waves of 5. So that's what they talk about, and it has to do basically with word of mouth. That's how it developed back in the 20s and 30s. They happen a lot faster now with more access to more information more quickly. So as I said, during the week I don't get a lot of chance to do my own personal research, and I just take in what I hear from the chatter from the different podcasts and videos, and then try to draw my own conclusions. And I was wondering why the ChainLink chart was not correct, why it wasn't the correct chart. Because I remember seeing ChainLink once before, and I think I might have even shown it on one of the videos, and I was like, it just kind of bugged me and kept bugging me all day yesterday. So I went back, okay, yeah, I made a mistake, so I want to correct that mistake. And so we are looking at a retrace. That's one of the great things about Heikin Aishi, is that it can show retraces very clearly. And this is a positive bull sign for the next impulse wave. We're at 30 cents right now, so according to Elliott wave theory, we should go up here. A lot of people, they use Fibonacci levels and things like that. I keep it simple and just use quarters, halves, and thirds. That's basically where it gets all that from. Is our minds tend to be able to do that. We developed that as it's actually a what they call evolutionary psychology thing, where when we used to have to divide up rations, we would just put things in piles and then divide it up into piles, depending upon how many people there were. And that's how we developed our mathematical capabilities, is through the rationing of food, through piling and then halving and quartering. And so that's kind of what I use today, because you do that and it's an evolutionary biological function in us. So I would suspect that this would probably go up to about 45 or so, just based on the previous movements. We got some supply up here. It might bang into that a little bit as the bears, the people that are in there for the intraday trading, try to swat it down. And depending on how much money they have, whether they can swat it down enough before it busts through. But that's the only barrier for this right now, and then it could possibly go up further. So I just wanted to correct that, and I wanted to take a look, show you what ChainLink is about. And I think that this right here describes it best. I'm a visual kind of guy, and unfortunately I can't see the videos while I'm watching them. I'm just listening. But have it connect to any API. This is the different types of information to connect into the ChainLink network, and then it connects to the Bitcoin network. And that's the difference between that and Ripple, is that they can use Bitcoin, Ethereum, I believe that's EOS, and then go out here and then accept payments throughout there. So it could be used for sports betting, for different. It makes the I've heard one gentleman explain that it makes smart contracts smarter. So it can take in all this information, whether it's security information, chart information for like what we just saw, weather, temperature, and satellite information. That's news feeds, and then take it into the network and then transfer that information over into the blockchain network, and then come out the other side, whether it's when it creates the contract, whatever contract it is, and then if there's any type of output where money is involved, that it'll automatically do that through a trusted network. So you have the trusted network of the ChainLink and the trusted network of Bitcoin, Ethereum, or EOS, then back to ChainLink. So that's where it gets so I could definitely see the applications of this in the future. I didn't quite understand it until I saw this. Like I said, I'm a visual person, and so now that I see this chart, it makes a whole lot more sense. That it's a little more complex than just being a currency exchange like what Ripple is. But as I said, this is the advanced applications of blockchain, and I think it's going to take a little bit more time to catch fire. I'm pretty sure that Ethereum is doing something similar, and that's probably what this Serenity coin is coming out. I'll have to take a look at that. As I said, I don't have a lot of time to do my research, except on the weekends, but I just wanted to make a correction on that, so that I didn't want to leave anybody in the dark. So I thank you for your time here, and we are going to sign off.